How's it going, everyone? Lon here from Android Authority, and today we're taking a look at the Xiaomi Mi A2. This is an Android One phone, and as of right now, you can find this phone for under $300, which is pretty affordable. And if you're not familiar with the Android One program, this is where device OEMs or manufacturers take care of the hardware side of things, and then Google does the rest with the software and the security patch updates. And Google does allow OEMs a little bit of leeway when it comes to customizing these Android One phones, but for the most part, the experience is very much stock Android. So for example, you'll find Xiaomi's camera app pre-installed on here. You'll also find Xiaomi's Mi Remote app that lets you take advantage of the IR blaster that's on this phone, which is a feature that we don't really see on smartphones anymore, but you can use this phone to control your TV or other peripherals in your home. But for the most part, the experience is pretty much just stock Android. Now, because of the price point, this phone is missing some key features. It doesn't have IP certification, wireless charging, NFC, expandable storage, and it also doesn't have a headphone jack. So if any of those features are a deal breaker to you, you might want to explore some other options. The main reason why I wanted to talk about this phone today, though, is because it recently just got updated to Android Pie. Sort of. It's not an official OTA update. It's actually a leaked beta ROM, and if you want to flash it, it requires you to have root access. So if you guys want to check it out, we'll leave a link to our written article down in the description below, so you can check it out for yourself if you want to try Android Pie on the Mi A2 early. But because it does require root access, flash it at your own discretion. The Android Pie update brings all the things you would expect from Android Pie, like adaptive display, adaptive battery, and the Pie gesture navigation controls. But one of the things that I like about the Mi A2 is that you actually have the option of picking between the gesture navigation and the now old school standard Android soft keys if you rather use those instead. But performance on this ROM, even though it's just a beta, has been very smooth and very responsive. I haven't noticed any major bugs. It's definitely daily driver material if you want to use it as your daily driver, which I have been doing for the last 4 or 5 days. And battery life on this ROM has also been extremely good. I'm getting anywhere between 5 to 5.5 hours of screen on time very consistently with what I would consider heavy usage. I play a lot of games, I watch a lot of YouTube, and this phone still comfortably gets me through a full day with around 15 to 20% left at the end of the day. As far as the rest of the phone, it has a pretty modern design with great build quality. It's an all metal build, and the design sort of reminds me of older OnePlus devices like the OnePlus 5 or OnePlus 5T. It also has a pretty large screen on the front with a 6-inch display and 18:9 aspect ratio, and it also doesn't have a notch, so this is a pretty solid option if you don't like notches, but the bezels are a little bit on the thicker side. But the screen itself does look pretty nice. It's very vibrant, very colorful. I just wish it was a little bit brighter because I did find it to be a little bit tough to see outdoors. On the rear, you'll find a fingerprint sensor and dual cameras. The main camera is a 12 megapixel sensor, and the secondary sensor is 20 megapixels, which is for portrait mode photography and also better low light performance. And I was actually pleasantly surprised by this camera. It produces really great colors, has really good detail, and also pretty good dynamic range. Low light photos do get a little bit too noisy for my taste, but it actually does a really nice job of maintaining a lot of the shadow and highlight details and also preserving a lot of the color. The front-facing camera is also 20 megapixels, so there's plenty of resolution if you want to take front-facing photos, and it also has portrait mode and also a beauty mode for softening the details in your face if you're into that sort of thing. It's not really something that I really like on my front-facing photos, but it's there if you want to use it. So that's pretty much it for the Xiaomi Mi A2. It's a really great Android One smartphone that's extremely affordable. It offers a modern design, a lot of modern features, and it also has a very streamlined Android experience, and the early access to Android Pie on this phone makes it even sweeter. But if you guys want to know more about the Xiaomi Mi A2, make sure to check out our full written review, which will be linked down in the description below. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Subscribe down below, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. And I will talk to you guys in the next one.